Tokyo Dome shakes. Jeon Jungkook and BTS perform Body to Body as the explosive opening. The anticipation had been building for weeks, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared the world for what was about to unfold in Tokyo. As the clock ticked closer to showtime on April 17, 2026, a charged energy spread across the city like wildfire. Fans lined up hours in advance, their voices echoing through the streets, their light sticks glowing like constellations in motion. The Tokyo Dome, one of Japan's most iconic venues, stood at the center of it all, ready to host a night that would soon be etched into music history. And then, the moment arrived. The lights went out. For a split second, silence swallowed the entire stadium. Tens of thousands of fans holding their breath in unison. It was the kind of silence that only exists before something monumental happens. A deep bass vibrated through the floor, subtle at first, then stronger and stronger. The heartbeat of the stadium began to sync with the rhythm that a single spotlight cut through the darkness. Then another, and another. Suddenly, the massive LED floor beneath the stage flickered to life, revealing a futuristic design pulsing with energy. Smoke curled upward as if the stage itself were breathing. The crowd erupted, but this was only the beginning. Without warning, the opening beat dropped, body to body. The reaction was instant. Deafening. Explosive.as, the unmistakable intro of the song filled the dome. The stage cracked open, literally. A central platform began to rise slowly, dramatically, like something emerging from another world. And there they were. BTS. The roar that followed was unlike anything heard before. It wasn't just cheering. It was a wave of emotion crashing through the venue. And at the center of it all stood Jeon Jungkook, eyes intense, presence magnetic, commanding attention without even trying. From the very first second, it was clear. This wasn't just an opening performance. This was a statement. A declaration. A warning. The choreography hit hard, sharp, synchronized, powerful. Each member moved with precision, their silhouettes cutting through the laser-lit haze. The 360-degree stage allowed fans from every angle to feel connected, as if BTS were performing directly to each individual in the crowd. But it was Jungkook who drew the eye again and again. There was something different about him, something bolder, something unleashed. His voice carried through the stadium, smooth yet commanding. It sent chills down the spine of every listener. His movements were confident, almost fearless, as if he had stepped into a new era of himself. The camera screen zoomed in, capturing every expression, every glance, every moment that fans would later replay 1,000 times. And the fans knew it. This wasn't just another performance. This was a transformation. The choice of Body to Body, as the opening song, had already sparked speculation before the concert. Why the song? Why now? But as the performance unfolded, the answer became crystal clear. Because it hits, because it shocks, because it sets the tone. Body to Body isn't just a song, it's an experience. Its intense beat, provocative energy, and commanding choreography make it the perfect opener for a tour that promises to push boundaries. And in Tokyo, it did exactly that. The stage design elevated the entire performance to another level. Massive LED panels displayed dynamic visuals that shifted with the rhythm, glitch effects, neon waves, digital distortions that made the performance feel like a journey through a futuristic world. Fire bursts erupted at key moments, synchronized perfectly with the beat drops, while lasers sliced through the air in dazzling patterns. Every second was calculated. Every moment was intentional. And yet, it all felt wild. Unpredictable. Alive. The crowd couldn't keep up, not because they didn't want to, but because there was simply too much happening. Fans screamed, cried, jumped, sang along, completely overwhelmed by the sensory explosion unfolding before them. And then came the part that truly broke the internet. Midway through the performance, the music slowed, the lights dimmed. A spotlight found Jungkook again. He stepped forward, alone. The beat returned, but this time stripped down. Minimal, intimate. His voice echoed across the stadium, softer now, but somehow even more powerful. The crowd fell silent again, hanging on to every note. It was it was emotional. It was unforgettable. And just as quickly as the moment came, it exploded back into full force. The rest of the members joined in, The choreography intensified, and the stadium once again erupted into chaos. By the time the final beat dropped and the music cut off, the audience was left breathless, truly breathless. In O1 moved, in O1 spoke. For a few seconds, it felt like time itself had paused. And then, the screams returned, louder than ever, because everyone knew what they had just witnessed. Not just a performance, but history. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips of the opening flooded every platform. Hashtags trended worldwide, and fans who weren't even in Tokyo felt the shockwaves from across the globe. Words like insane, unreal, legendary, and iconic barely scratched the surface of what people were trying to express. And at the center of every conversation, Jungkook. His name dominated timelines. His performance dissected frame by frame. His expressions, his vocals, his presence, everything became a topic of discussion. Fans and critics alike agreed. He had taken things to another level. But this wasn't just about one member. This was about BTS as a whole, a group that continues to evolve, that TO surprised, that TO dominate. The Tokyo concert wasn't just another stop on a world tour. It was a turning point. A moment that showed exactly where BTS stands in 2026. Not just as global superstars, but as artists unafraid to reinvent themselves, to take risks, to push beyond expectations. And if this was just the opening, what comes next? That question now hangs in the air, echoing through every corner of the fandom. Because if Body to Body was the beginning, then the rest of the concert promises even more surprises, more emotions, more unforgettable moments. The world tour has only just begun, and already, it's shaking the world. Tomorrow, the lights will rise again, the music will start again, and somewhere, in a stadium filled with thousands of voices, BTS will once again step onto the stage, not just to perform, but to create moments that will live forever. The real question is no longer what happened in Tokyo, but are you ready for what comes next? Get ready, Army. The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. BTS officially kicked off their explosive concert at Tokyo Dome, Japan, and the opening performance has left fans completely speechless. From the very first beat, Jeon Jungkook and BTS delivered a powerful and unforgettable stage with Body to Body as their opening song. The energy, the choreography, the visuals, everything was on another level. Fans inside Tokyo Dome couldn't stop screaming as Jungkook dominated the stage with his incredible vocals and charisma. This is not just a concert. This is history in the making. Is this the best BTS opening performance ever? What do you think? Eyes backhand index pointing right. Don't forget to like, thumbs up, backhand index pointing right, comment your reaction, speech balloon, backhand index pointing right, subscribe. For more BTS updates, bell, stay tuned for more exclusive updates from BTS World Tour 2026.